Channel Africa.
Hey, it's 14 minutes past 9 o'clock Central African time. Let's start with our first conversation. I see people are coming into that live stream. Thank you for coming in and out. We always appreciate having you there. In fact, our guest is going to join us on our live stream as well. So if you want to check the conversation online, you can actually find it there on our various social media platforms. Thank you, Michael Tupa. Thank you, Lutefo Piri, for joining us there. Well, we're talking a little bit about AI. Is it what it's promised to be? Is it what we hope it will be? And that's the big question today that we're asking about. We've had so many promises over the years, whether AI is going to actually fulfill some form of magical explosion into our lives, providing new jobs, making sure that our lives are a little bit more easier. There are very much exciting AI use cases that are emerging, but it still needs maturing. Voice agents, for instance, are improving rapidly and are capable of handling everything from ordering pizza to directing calls. And one day they'll take over my job and Balisa's job. We explore this technology and its impact right now, and we'll find out a little bit more. Euphoria Telecom Chief Technology Officer Nick Laschinger joins us on the line. Hey, Nick, thank you for joining us on the show.
Oh, and your pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Hey, we've been talking about this, and, it's interesting that over time, it feels like it's becoming laborious. It feels like it's becoming mainstream. And the more we talk about AI, the more like, okay, we get it. But however, Nick, we still have a long way to go, isn't it?
Oh, no, definitely. It does, however, feel like a little bit of marketing speak now these days. It was kind of like organic in the supermarkets a couple of years ago, where everything started being organic and everything started being gluten-free. AI is in everything these days, and you can't buy eggs without it being AI. So yes, it's everywhere. It's in everything apparently. But as you say, it's not always what it's cracked up to be. An interesting story that appeared in the news not even a month ago was a significant AI company that was considered one of the pioneers in the AI space was actually discovered to be 700 developers sitting behind the scenes pretending to be AI. And there was a company in India called Builder AI. So yes, a lot of it is people trying to keep up. A lot of it is people trying to make promises to kind of land grab in this space. But what is it and what can it do for us? Well, that is unfolding day by day at this point.
Yeah, because right now it feels very playful, especially on our more content creating side. It feels like we're just making images and generating images that are probably impossible to have done before. But however, when you get into the practicalities of, okay, how is this thing going to make more money for me? How's this thing going to lessen my need for efficiency? There's still questions around that. What are the questions that you're asking, Nick, right now where we are?
Well, it's funny that you say that. So we deal with two major streams of AI at this point in time, and the one is generative AI, which is, as you say, it's the creation of content. So you talk about things like Midjourney, which is a generative AI site. Most of what we deal with when we deal with things like ChatGPT or Grok or DeepSeek or any one of those, Claude, there's a countless of them these days. Those are all generative AI. They are taking prompts that you are asking, and they are going out and they are creating content for you. Now, that's all very useful in the space of I want to craft an email and I want to phrase it quite. I don't want too much of my emotion leaking through. How do I put it like this, or how can I phrase it like that? And generative AI is very good for things like that.
Yeah.
In fact, it's so good that Disney is now getting into a lawsuit with Midjourney because it's now being able to create those like Pixar type movies that we've loved, and anybody who's ever had kids has been subjected to a whole bunch of those over the years, and some of us have volunteered as adults to watch them and enjoy them a lot more. But anyway, so the ability for that kind of thing to start creating actual real, should I say real content? I mean, like a full-length feature movie that wasn't created. It was just, well, not created by humans, created purely by AI. The other stream is really the agentic AI, and that's seeing a lot of uptake right now, and that's in the ordering pizzas. It's that the autonomous decision maker. It can operate by itself. It doesn't need the human interaction, but we often use it for your customer service agents and your bots like that. And anybody who's had experience in the last number of years with dealing with bots on any customer service site, you will understand the frustration that people have felt going, can I just talk to a human, please? This thing just keeps going around in circles. It does not doing what I want. And agentic AI has improved that significantly. So, the ability for people to have that at any point in day and night, the ability to take something and triage it. So customer service, hell, even basic healthcare could be triaged by agentic AI. I'm not saying that's a suggestion right now because the accuracy rates might be concerning, but certainly there's a lot of use cases in it for that.
I was listening I was listening to the radio just a few days ago, and they were talking about the fact that there's now going to be AI robotic World Cup, soccer World Cup. So you'll be watching these AI robots in the field actually knocking around a little soccer ball. And I'm like, what's the point? But all those things are happening. There's these all like very weird new concepts that are coming out. And I think we're all trying to figure out what's the usefulness in all of it. Yes, I can generate a Jacob Zuma video of him hang out with me in his dinner table in Gandla. But what's the point of that? Even if I'm able to generate that, what does it do for us? And I think it's the usefulness that's coming into question. We'll continue this very fascinating conversation we're having with our guest today, which is Nick Laschinger, who is the Euphoria Telecom's Chief Technology Officer. Stay there on the line, Nick.
Ahoy, matey.
Captain here to help, right, boys?
8 to 12 midday, Central African time. On the move with Bali Satau and Benjamin Mushatama.
I actually got pretty annoyed with AI just this morning because one of my streaming services was cut off. I forgot to pay it yesterday. So I turned on the news this morning. It's not going on. I'm like, I remember I forgot to pay. So I go onto the account, which actually can be on WhatsApp, which is easy to pay. And that's incredible, right? So I go there. There are prompts there ready for me. And then I put the prompts in and they say, hey, would you like to reconnect your account? I'm saying, yes, I'd like to pay and reconnect. And then they say, sorry, we can't see any of your accounts that are suspended. Now I can't pay the account, meaning I can't watch my morning news on my TV as I'm getting ready for work.
Sorry, man.
So I had to find another way. And I was like, okay, that's quite annoying because you're AI, you're a bot, but you should actually be able to tell that my account was suspended.
You think AI has the answers for everything? Yeah. Not yet.
Yeah, certainly. We're exploring where technology is having the biggest impact, especially generative AI right now. Its future and where there's room for improvement, like my subscription services. Joining us on the line is still Euphoria Telecom Chief Technology Officer, Nick Laschinger, who's chatting to us about this. Nick, I was very annoyed by AI this morning, but hey, we have to find other ways around it where it still hasn't found the solutions that we need, right?
Well, my question to that was it AI or was it just a chatbot?
So what is the difference? Let's speak about that, because we think that everything that is not human is artificial intelligence, therefore AI, isn't it?
Oh, no, definitely not.
Okay.
I think everything's getting an AI tag on it because right now that's the buzzword. And if you don't have AI in your marketing material, then people are going, you're so last century. But the honest truth is that most of this probably isn't AI. Most of it is probably just a bot somewhere. And the difference is that a bot has been programmed to go through certain steps and go, you're going to do this, you're going to do this, you're going to do this, and this is what the result you're going to return. There is no intelligence in that. That's just pure coding.
I see.
From the sounds of it, that's what you experienced.
Okay.
And I must tell you, the learning curve for these things is massive. I mean, I had an experience the other day where a bank sent me an SMS, and they said, please phone us back on this number. So I did, from my cell phone. And the interaction said, sorry, we can't find an account attached to this telephone number. And I'm like, how is that possible?
Yeah, you guys sent me the message
on
in
this
the first
number.
place. All right, well, let's take a look
So-
at AI. I'm sorry for coming in there, Nick, but I want to
No.
go into, how rapid, things are happening with AI. The past 2 years have, been going really quickly. People are really excited and they're starting to sort of integrate AI everywhere. They're looking at all these spaces and say, okay, where can we put AI in? And just because you can, it doesn't mean you should, right?
Well, I think that ship has already sailed, unfortunately. The should we question probably should have been asked before anybody opened Pandora's box, but the box is definitely open and the genie is out of the bottle, and AI is not going anywhere. So the question is, as you rightly say, is how do we use it? How do we use it? And this is something that I encourage my teams to do, is use it as a tool, but be very clear about who's in charge. Because if the tool starts taking over,
Sure.
well, then what value are you adding to the mix? And AI can be used in so many spaces. From the, hey, I want to write a mail to this customer. Please help me craft it. And what would have taken you 10 minutes now takes you 10 seconds. To the, hey, you know what, I'm looking for an image for my presentation that I want to give today, and I'm looking for something this particular. I can go and I can sit on the web and I can search for images and trawl through them for hours on end, as and probably many people, including myself, have done before, to put together that presentation that we want to do, or we can just ask AI to create it for us. Which is good and bad, because the question is what is real and what is not, then comes with it. It's like having an intelligent web browser at your disposal. More importantly, it's like having an intelligent being that is able to answer you without judgment, and that's where it's finding some very interesting take-up. So people who are looking for life advice, they're looking to talk about issues that they are possibly too embarrassed to talk about with other people, can go and go, okay, great, it's just a machine. It's not going to judge me. But then again, the AI is just going to be an echo chamber. It's going to tell you that's a very interesting idea, And so people are not sure where to stop using it.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel like going out and shooting 100 people. That's a great idea. No, it's a terrible idea. But there's no right and wrong.
Oh no, we don't want
that
people
is,
shooting
that is
anybody.
built into-
Nick,
Yeah.
yeah. Let's talk a little bit about that, because where it's going and just the transformation of it is very interesting, because I think right now everyone, like Balisa was saying, is trying to grapple with how to integrate it efficiently. There's still we're in the testing seasons of AI, Nick. Where do you see this technology going, where it's actually going to now create a sense of sustainable efficiency?
Oh, the answer to that is pretty much everywhere. I mean, the answer to that, it will spring up and it will be present in your life everywhere, every day. If you're on a phone call with a customer and they're saying to you, Euless, I'd like to inquire about a fridge, and it is listening and going, okay, here's all the material about fridge that you want to talk to. These are the pertinent questions. It could help train people up faster. It could help people be more accurate. It could help detect issues faster. All of those things are, again, leaning on it as a tool, not doing the job. The problem comes in, and going back to Balesa's earlier statement around your frustration that you found, was you got to a point where you were like, I just want to talk to somebody. I'm going around in circles. This is a problem. I want to talk to a human. And I think that's the danger of where big companies are looking at this and going, oh, great, I can have a call center that's completely autonomous and moving on, and there's no emotion, and they can answer everybody's questions, and I don't have to train them. They never take lunch breaks, and sooner or later somebody goes, I want to talk to a human.
Yeah.
We can't move away from humans. There has got to be people in the picture. There's got to be somebody who can pick up the phone and go, I'm here with you.
100%. Well, we'll leave it there. And I love how we're wrapping it up, because there still is a long future ahead of us when it comes to generative AI and all AI in general. But also, we need to figure out ways that we can keep human connection while we improve technology. So thank you so much, Nick, for your time this morning.
My pleasure. Thank you so much.
That is the Chief Technology Officer at Euphoria Telecom, a business telephone service, and that is Laschinger, speaking to us about the biggest impact right now of AI, its future, and where there's room for improvement. It's 9:30 Central Africa time. Let's get our latest sports news.